What is $1 million case? What makes $1 million car wreck? What's your life worth? What's, unfortunately, a person's child or family member's life worth? Well, let me tell you, at Attorney911, we've handled $1 million cases. I'm going to tell you all about it.
Welcome to Attorney911, the podcast, with attorney Ralph Manginello. Let's get some answers to the most asked questions. We break down the legal issues and provide expert advice to help you navigate life's legal challenges. You might even call us your first responder to a legal emergency. Up next, real-world cases, valuable insights, and practical tips you can use today. It's time to get smart like a lawyer.
$1 million cases don't come around very often. What has to happen is there has to be a very bad wreck. Obviously, there can be an 18-wheeler involved. It's got to be a catastrophic collision where there's high speed, heavy damages, heavy property damage, something that's going to cause severe injuries to the person in the vehicle. Most of the time, that means someone is either having surgery or had surgery or has, severe back or neck disc injuries, traumatic brain injuries. We're talking very severe injuries, blindness, bad burn injuries can also result in high damages. Nonetheless, it has to be, first of all, a very bad wreck. Second of all, there has to be very severe damages. But third of all, you have to have a solvent defendant. And that's why I was mentioning 18-wheelers, because they are required by law to have a high amount of insurance, minimum of $1 million or more. And so when you're dealing with a company like those companies, they either have at a minimum $1 million or much, much more. For example, any large carrier that you can think of, Walmart, Coca-Cola, and Amazon, go down the line, all these big companies, they're going to have a lot more than a minimum of $1 million insurance. And who really cares what the amount of the insurance is at that point, because you're dealing with a big company. So if you have those three factors, obviously the third one being a lot of money, then that's where those $1 million cases come from. What I happen to come across a lot of times is I have a client in my office who was injured. And they're severely injured in the sense that they have a disc injury to their neck or back. They may or may not need surgery. It was a pretty bad wreck. But we don't have the third component. It wasn't an 18-wheeler. It wasn't a company with millions and millions of dollars. And so they're asking me, why am I not getting $1 million? This was a bad wreck. I'm severely injured. And I have to explain to them, there's no money to get. There's only $100,000 available there from this other car that hit you, or there's only $1 million available. There's not multi-million-dollar policy available. So you have to have those three things. And then you can just, flip-flop those. There is a lot of insurance, but someone didn't get very injured. But they're like, hey, this big truck hit me. So yeah, it did, but you're not severely injured. So all those factors have to come into play. $1 million case takes those three. If you have one, if you've been severely injured in an 18-wheeler wreck, give us a call. Attorney911 can help.
You just learned something new. Attorney911, the podcast, with attorney Ralph Manginello. We hope you found today's conversation insightful and helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode, and share it with family and friends who might benefit from the things we talk about. A new podcast launches every week. That means you get more legal tips, real-life cases, and expert advice. This is Attorney911, the podcast.